Boys, the Church of Cando is now in session, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Pathfinder, the Tier 3 faction mission for White Lotus. Yes, the White Lotus missions are still working for Tier 3 now. Loot the GPS tracker from the dumpster dead drop near the Said City Mall, and you're going to get the Horde Breaker. You have to travel to every single point of interest on that GPS and then exfil with it. If this video was at all informative and or did help you guys out to finish this mission, all I ask for is you to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let's shoot for 25 likes. Thank you for 50,400 subscribers, and let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to do when you load into the game is look for the Said City Mall. And when you go to the Said City Mall, you're going to go to the dead drop on the screen right now. You guys should probably know because you have to do the stims dead drop as well as the rations dead drop. But here it is right here on the mini map and the map. So once you pick that locator up, it's going to say GPS locator. Now what you're going to have to do is the hard part, and that's go to every single point of interest on the map. Now, in my opinion, the easiest way to do this is if you can find a helicopter on the map. Now, helicopters are hard to find. They don't spawn too frequently, and I think there's maybe one or two max on the map at a time. Now, I did this thing completely solo, so it is possible to do solo. You don't need a team to do this, so if you guys run solos, don't worry, you could definitely do this. Now, I got really lucky and found an LTV. Now, here's the tricky part, right? So if you guys don't know, when you get into these heavy vehicles or just vehicles in general, they don't have infinite fuel, and you're gonna have to fuel up. So what I ended up doing was go to a gas station, and I found two things of fuel. Now, these LTVs end up having a decent amount of gas, and obviously they're armored up, so that's one of the best vehicles to use. I would definitely recommend using one of these vehicles or the big Berthas, but definitely use this if you can find one on the map. I'll show you guys on the mini map if I can what they look like, but the best chance you guys have of doing this mission is definitely with this if you don't have a helicopter to do this, because obviously the helicopter is easier. You could just fly around to the POIs and you could do it easily. Now, here's another tip I can give you guys while getting into these LTVs and driving around, right? Is if you do have the fuel, this is perfect, but I would definitely recommend if you guys see gas stations to try to clear it out as best as possible and then just sit there and repair it and refuel as best as possible. If not, then I would definitely recommend just having the fuel on you and trying to switch the cars. But here's another tip that I can give you guys when you're doing to these POIs. You don't have to go deep into the city. You can kind of go on the outskirts of these areas and it'll say like POI visited. Once it shows that little POI visited, that's the best chance you guys have of getting around it, and then just go straight to the next POI. Now, as you can see on map, I'm kind of showing you how I did it. I was just going on the outskirts of each POI. I did get confused because one is close to the other. I think it's the marshlands is close to the electrical place, and I ended up getting both, but I didn't know, so I had to go back and forth to see if I ended up getting it, but I did. But yeah, all in all, this is an actual easy challenge as long as you don't go into people. Now, I definitely recommend one thing though. Make sure your mic is on, and as you're driving by, just say friendly as you're driving past so they don't shoot at you or try to kill you. Another major tip I want to give you guys is look at the mini map, or look at the map, right? Open it up and see where your exfil is. If the last area is going to be near where your exfil is, I would definitely recommend starting in another area and then ending at that POI near the exfil. I ended up having to go for the last two spots, the marshlands like on the bottom left hand side and then the cemetery, and my car ended up dying, and then I ended up finding another one, which I found hilarious. But yeah, and then once you get to the exfil, what I ended up doing was once I called in the exfil, I sat in that heavy truck and waited until like the very last second until that bird got on the ground, and then I zoomed. I drove that bad boy straight at it, and then I got out and got in. So hopefully this video did help you guys out. This is the best way to do it in my opinion if you're solo and if you don't have a helicopter. Obviously the best way to do this possible would be if you had a helicopter, but everyone's telling me that it's really hard to find a helo, so if you can't find a helo, then this is definitely the best way to do it. I'm now one mission away from unlocking my second insured weapon, so I cannot wait for that. Now I don't have to wait 2 hours every single time if I die, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 60,000 subscribers. Obviously, we're 10,000 off, but we're gonna get there. I promise you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my DMZ content. My name's Cando. I'm out. Peace.